Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer, and I'm here to do My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 5, Episode 15 review. That is 1 and a 5, bitch. That's right. It's 1:15. Well, 15, I'm sorry. Of MLP, the 5th season. So, with this episode, it's Rarity Investigates. Now, I gotta say, this episode, well, it's kind of cool in a way, well, in a sense, for people who really wanted more of that Rarity vibe, that Rarity love, is that we got 2 Rarity episodes in a row. I believe next week as well is another Rarity episode. Oh, wait, yes, it is. Next week also is another Rarity episode. But not only that, it's going to be a really huge Saturday because we're also going to be getting the 3rd Equestria Girls movie, Friendship Games, coming out next Saturday, which, damn, I can't believe the movie's already coming out, like, that quick. And man, times went by really fast for the wait, and the movie's already coming out like next Saturday. So we got that coming up, and we got the new episode. So it's gonna be one crazy busy Saturday with ponies and humans alike. So you got like a whole hour. Well, the movie's like an hour and 20 minutes long, and every episode of MP is like maybe all together maybe like an hour and 40 minutes. Like, the most of your time, maybe, depending what time the movie starts, which, by the way, I don't really know. I have to look at the schedule and find out when it starts, because we all know 11:30s they have the new episodes, but I don't know if there's going to have a new episode like 11 o'clock instead, then like 11:30 will be the movie. I don't know. I have to look around about this on how things are going to work. But anyways, enough of that. Let's just get right on to the episode. So this episode pretty much was really the most entertaining episode, again, like of the season 5. Like, definitely one of the most entertaining episodes I've seen out of the season. And of course, episode 13 will still be my most top favorite, especially because that Luna episode was fucking top tier shit. But this episode was actually almost on that same level as well. Well, pretty much it is on that same level. Like, the entertainment value, the pacing of the episode, everything about the episode was just fine. Yeah, sure, a lot of people, like, I read most of the comments, I've seen some other reviewers, they did say that the ending was a bit weak and predictable, which I can half agree with that, sort of. I can half agree that it kind of was, but in a way, you know what I thought it was going to be? I thought it was going to be like Spitfire just trying to do all this just for Rainbow Dash, just to, like, get into the actual event. But, you know, I was completely wrong. Hold on, let me just pause this first. So we see that in this episode that Rainbow Dash was accepted to train to get into the whole, to be one of, like, you know, like, the actual guards, like, of the Celestia. Celestia is pretty much royal guards. Yeah, she's trying to pretty much get into not just, well, even though she's a spectator for the Wonderbolts, she also wants to really get into the whole, guards of Celestia's, you know, army. So she really wants to join that as well. And there's actually going to be a special guest that came in called Wind Rider, who actually has like a world record of, like, I forget how much the speed was exactly, I don't remember, but it's like a huge number of records. And this one record, you know, it's impossible to beat. But, you know, he was thinking, you know, someone could just, you know, fly along with me in order to actually try to beat that record. So Spitfire pretty much gets the honor because she's pretty much on top tier level, because as we all know, she was the sergeant pretty much of, like, the whole Wonderbolt Academy and training them, you know, especially for the Equestria Games. So it makes sense that she was on, like, the top of the list at first to get them into that, you know, trainee state. But now you could just seeing Spitfire in, like, her regular outfit again and not in, like, that sergeant commando kind of outfit, you know, was pretty different, you know, from the last times we actually see her. Even though I kind of missed the whole commander outfit with the sunglasses, which to me actually makes her look pretty freaking awesome and boss at the same time. But whatever, though, I mean, this is still pretty cool just seeing, like, the old Spitfire we know from, like, the first 2 seasons, you know, doing her thing and actually getting accepted to the higher leagues to fly with Wind Rider. So we find out that Rainbow Dash and her got, like, separate rooms. And what happens is that the next day, Spitfire was supposed to actually be there to actually get ready to fly with Wind Rider, but unfortunately something goes wrong where there's like a letter sent to to them saying that like Spitfire's mom was sick and she had to go over there to actually make sure she was okay to take care of her. But then, as soon as Rainbow Dash was about to go on and fly with Wind Rider, we see that Spitfire's mom, which his name is Stormy Flare, that's her name, okay. Her name is Stormy Flare, and Stormy Flare, she says that, well, I never got a letter or anything. I'm supposed to look for my daughter, but I don't, really see her in the event, so what's going on? So what happens is that pretty much someone framed Rainbow Dash, and people already consume that Rainbow Dash is the one who actually set this whole thing up so she can fly with Wind Rider. Everyone doesn't believe her at first, but then Rarity to the rescue, or should I say Carmen Sandiego Rarity comes into the rescue. Now, everyone thought this episode was going to be like a Phoenix Wright sort of parody thing going on. Everyone keeps saying, oh, it's Phoenix Wright, it's Phoenix Wright, it's Phoenix Wright. Well, with this kind of style, I don't know if everyone's actually played Phoenix Wright, so people kind of assume that this has to do something like there was going to be like a court system going on or something like that, where she was going to be like put on trial. That's why people assumed it was going to be Phoenix Wright. But instead they went with the whole LA Noir style, which was good. The noir style was actually pretty fine. It was something, that we haven't seen done in shows in quite a long time, and it was pretty good. It was very well executed, especially with Rarity's character. By the way, all those dresses are definitely going to be Rule 34 for the entire week. Just saying. I could smell people fapping to that like already, like with those sexy fine-ass dresses that she was wearing. Did you see the legwork on that fucking chair? Jesus Christ. But yeah, we see her, just doing all these like different poses and all these different outfits because she was inspired by this famous, I think it was like Shadow something. I don't remember the name too much. I mean, put it down in the comment section down below because I'm not really good at remembering these kind of names. I think it was like Shadow Blaze or something like that. Shadow Blaze. Oh god, why does that name sound so familiar to me? Oh god. But I don't know. It was Shadow something. I don't remember the entire name, but basically it was like a novel character that Rarity wanted to base this off of. And that's why at the very beginning of the episode we saw all those clothes designs inspired by the novel character that Rarity really admires so much. So that was actually pretty cool. And by the way, seeing Sassy Styles again was kind of a nice treat as a continuation from Camelot Boutique from the last week's episode. Was a very nice touch, I'm not gonna lie. Granted, there was no big surprise at the very end, like last week's episode with that ginormously God, what the fuck pony was that last week, which I'm still laughing my ass off about that, by the way. This wasn't really the case. I mean, if that did, that I would have been like dying. I would have given credit where credit is due. Oh my god, like it still would have been like perfect episode regardless. Oh my god, yeah. All right. I'm not thinking about that right now because I'm totally thinking of that pony and it's just oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ! If she was gonna pop out of that fucking thing again just to get some more dresses, yeah, I would have lost it. Like literally lost it. I wouldn't think I would have maintained myself for the entire episode. But regardless, though, there were speaking of comedy, there were some pretty funny moments where every time she began to different clothes, she would always think out loud to herself, even though she was they're trying to reenact like this whole noir, black and white detective kind of movies, which are pretty cool. And it's kind of funny how, it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, nothing, I'm just, saying stuff to myself. It's basically just, setting things up like the scenery that it's, back to reality kind of deal and like stuff like that. So we found out someone does actually frame Rainbow Dash, and Rarity pretty much goes all around fighting all these different locations to find all these clues to identify who the culprit really is. And Rainbow Dash at first doesn't believe her. She just thinks that she's just acting really strange and like not really helping the situation, but just getting into different outfits and just posing and just doing what Rarity does best and just tries to look fashionable and stuff like that. But no, she actually did help out Rainbow Dash a whole lot by going to all these different places, investigating the crime scene, actually getting all the clues, adding everything up together. She makes a really awesome detective. I'm not gonna lie, she makes a really cool, awesome detective. But, Rainbow Dash just didn't really quite get that picture until the very end of the episode that we actually get to see. Like, the pacing for this episode was very, very well done. I loved the pacing to this episode. It was very well done compared, I would say, to, well, last week's episode had pretty good pacing too. I mean, it did, but the beginning of stuff, it was kind of, pandering a lot of stuff at the beginning. But then it was really towards the rest of the episode, like the middle of the ending, where things actually, started to get interesting. Especially the ending. But, anyways. My God. Moving on. I'm never going to forget that pony. That pony is for life. Are you kidding me right now? I'm never going to forget that pony. But, alright. Moving on, though. So, this whole episode overall, and let's just get to the end point. The end point, the corporate, who it really was Wind Rider. Wind Rider was the actual corporate the whole time because he pretty much was jealous that someone was going to beat his record and his reputation would be ruined. And then pretty much he set up this whole thing where Spitfire said that the medicines and stuff were for him. Some kind of pure crystal thingamabob, I forget. Rainbow Dash sort of knows what he's talking about because they're impossible to get in spring. I think it's all like in the colder seasons you can get this sort of thing. So it was actually pretty interesting, although I really wish that we could actually see that location of where Spitfire was. Because, hey, it would be a brand new location altogether, and that still would have topped the episode. It still would have been awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and by the way, animation work was phenomenal. I love the animation work, the black and white scenarios that fits with the actual movie scenery. Lovely. Really loved it a lot. Alright, next. So that's basically what happened, and then pretty much what happens is that they kick out the most oldest member of the Wonderbolts, which was Wind Rider. Wind Rider gets kicked out, which, by the way, I really like his voice actor a lot. He reminds me of, like, I don't know really who, but he reminds me of someone really famous. I don't know why. Like, maybe I recognize that voice, but I know I've heard that voice from somewhere before, but it's still cool, though. I really like it. His character design is pretty unique, too. I really like his character design. He looks pretty cool. He kind of looks like one of those, legends of legendary people, like, washed up old legendary people and stuff like that. So that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, overall, like, then, of course, where Rainbow Dash, finally gets in her spotlight. And I really do like the whole embarrassing moment she has, too, when she's, like, getting carried away. She's doing, like, the dance and shit like that, and she's doing, like, the fucking wave. Oh, my God. Like, I love the dances she does. It was actually pretty fun. She did it twice. I know she did it way earlier in the series, but then she like does it again. It was kind of cute. It was like, that's my Dash right there. You know that she's gonna, because she's awesome like that. I don't care because I'm a Rainbow Dash fanboy, and I don't care because it was still cool. It was cool. It was cute. I liked it. It was kind of funny too. She just gets carried away with that. So yeah, she just wants to prove like how awesome she is. So. Overall, it was really nice to finally see her achieve her dream to fly with the best, and it was really great. I mean, yeah, a lot of people may agree, maybe me, kind of me, sort of, but that's just the way these sort of episodes are pretty much set up, and I didn't mind it too much, because most of these mystery sort of things, let's be honest, we all knew it was going to be something like that, but even I got a little puzzled on who it was really going to be, because I was following the clues, I was going on with Rarity, and I'm like, I'm sort of trying to put the pieces together, but now I'm like, wait, I thought it was Spitfire, like, herself. I mean, raspy voice, okay, maybe old, I apologize. I didn't really see that, but I was thinking maybe, maybe it was, like, her, or something like that, or I don't know, maybe. I thought it was sort of like her at first, like, trying to pose it herself, so then that way this whole setup can happen. And then she really wanted to do it just for Rainbow Dash to get her spotlight because she's always wanted that, or blah, blah, blah. So I really thought it was going to be something like that. But if it turns out it was really Wind Rider, he gets kicked out. And yeah, overall, I still enjoyed the episode. Despite the ending, I still enjoyed the episode a lot. The pacing was good, the animation was good. The comedy was actually pretty good. There were some pretty funny moments here and there too, which were actually really, spawning obvious from reality to fantasy setting of this whole noir setting thing of like movie scenes. So overall, a really great, awesome episode. Really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed this. I think I enjoyed this one a lot more than I did with the last episode, even though they had some pretty outstanding morals. Like, I liked the moral. The moral was really great. But at the same time, it just felt just a regular good episode, average good episode at best. Even though the moral was very strong, that's why I still give it a good plus, or whatever, last week. Or maybe just a great because of that ending. But, this episode, though, just beats it more. It gets a 5 out of 5 for me. It's definitely awesome sauce. It was definitely the episode I really enjoyed the most. It was actually really good. It was a really great episode. The pacing was fine. Again, the music actually fit in with the smooth jazz. It was a really nice touch. So yeah, I'm gonna give the episode a 5 out of 5. I thought it was a phenomenal. I thought it was a really awesome episode, as Rainbow Dash would put awesome. Definitely a really awesome episode. I enjoyed it a lot. The references were nice. Everything about it just fit well. Yeah, the ending may be a bit predictable, but hey, I can't help it because, you know, most mystery stuff kind of has that sort of feel to it. Not all the time, but most of the time. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this episode. What did you guys think of Rarity Investigates? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part? Did you like the whole noir movie settings that they had going on with this episode? Are you basically loving the whole fact we got 2 Rarity episodes, or you're not really feeling it? Would you rather have finally moving on to other characters? Which next week I believe we're getting not just a Rarity episode, but a Fluttershy one, which is combining. Because this one we not just had Rarity, but Rainbow Dash, which I think it works, because if you have Rarity with another character, the story and the setting works really well. But if you just have like one character, you gotta be careful on how like you set up the actual story and the build-up and stuff like that. So having those 2 characters as a team worked really well. Now let's see if we can have this with next week's episode when it comes to Rarity and Fluttershy. By the way, map. Yay! Which we haven't seen in like, what, the Griffin fucking Empire? So at least we have that. I mean, I don't know when we're going to have an our map episode. We better have an our map episode for the season ends. Otherwise, what was the whole point of it? But anyways, I'm pretty much done. Great stuff. Next week, join me for episode 16, which I think it was Made in Manhattan, I think it's called. Yeah, Made in Manhattan, which is episode 16. And of course, Equestria Girls Friendship Games, which that's also out. So I don't know how I'm going to review both of those next week, but I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm not going to do like a live reaction to the movie, which I could do that or a live stream, but I don't know how that's going to work out. So, plus, I don't even know what time the movie, I mean, I don't even have the channel. I don't even know what time the freaking movie even starts. So, I don't know. But anyways, I'm done. So, this is the Ninja Reviewer signing out. Peace out. Anime manga fans, keep supporting what you really want to watch. Bronies, brohu, burning on. See you guys next week for Pony Spaganza, as we got a lot of stuff to talk about next week. So, later. Bye.